Yo, what's good, everybody? What's up? What it is? What's happening? It's your boy Fresco of House Fresh, first of his name, Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, King of the North, the rightful king of the seven handles, and the first man. You can follow me on Twitter at Fresco Ben Famous. That's BIN Famous. And on Instagram at Fresco Faye.
And it's your boy Flaw 700, a.k.a. Flaw Claw Van Dam, a.k.a. Flaw Cigar.
Oh! Woo!
A.k.a. your boy, Dumb Some Goy. Oh, see?
You don't never sing the song no more.
Nah, you start the song.
I always start the song. You never start the song.
I was wondering what Dean was talking about. He said we never finished the intro. And it's the Saki, it's the song. Cause I really don't know the words. I just feed off you.
I know the song. I know the words, but I don't feel like leading every fucking time. I was waiting for you to take it once, goddamn.
And we are the podcast brothers.
That's
two
exactly
real life brothers who are similar because we're both Geminis but have different viewpoints. So that's us, man. We are downtown at the beautiful Starbucks in Trenton, New Jersey. Still here.
Come get you a frat, man, and a little lemon cake to go with it, and come kick it.
Once again, not on your boys. You still got to pay for it.
You still got to pay for your own money. Yeah.
But come through and get you a latte mocha or something.
That'd be very clear.
Mm-hmm. you got to say that though. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I'm not fun of you niggas' habits. I got my own habits to fun. So.
Yeah, man. It's episode 129. We almost 130 next week. It seems like we've been in the 120s for a long time. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe my mind is playing tricks on me.
Because your mind probably playing tricks on you because it's the same amount of episodes in between every 10 and 20 we do.
You know? But, so not only do we have a special guest in the building, we have a return guest, but we've had a few return guests.
Hold on. Because he the first person to come through with a prop and have it already set up. I got to get a picture of this. Have it already set up like, look at me. I like that. Look, you see, look. Turn the book the other way, B-Rad. Let me get the front of the book. There we go. All
right, well.
Ooh, my man.
There you go. Well, we've already, Fresco has already said his name. We got Arthur. I mean, we got B-Rad, the second in the building, man. Arthur, man, the motivational speaker, the empowerment speaker, man. We got B-Rad in the building, man. So what's going on, B-Rad?
Nothing much, man. I'm blessed.
Yeah, man.
Second time
here. For those of you who have been listening to the podcast, brother, consistently, this brother was on episode 79, and now he's on episode 129. And just like he said before, the mics were turned on. This guy comes back on the nines, so you might see this guy episode 169 or something. You never know. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, he will be back. Because
freaky.
I was about to say 179.
That's what we doing?
First off,
I was definitely going to say I don't like 169, bro.
First off,
start this off on a positive note.
When did 169 become the number? It's 69. Y'all
I
know,
just
man.
didn't want to be the one to lead it.
Come on, man.
I'm normally the one that says the left field shit. I just was like, I thought it was, I ain't going to say shit.
You put the emphasis on it.
Like, y'all reaching. Y'all reaching.
Throw the pause on that.
All right.
Once episode 169 pause. That'd be the title of the episode when he do come back.
All right.
Stupid, guys. And is this camera on me? Yes. That's stupid.
Anyways,
motherfucker.
So we like to start our episodes off with how our weeks went. So with you being the guest, Mr. Brad, you want to tell us how your week went?
Oh, man, my weeks are always crazy. My weeks get all jumbled up. And
are you getting sleep now?
Not really. Not really. Man. I'm probably off of maybe like 3 or 4 hours.
What am I closing?
Maybe like 3 or 4 hours right now, and that's normal for me. Like I'm constantly getting yelled at by my wife about that. She's like, "You got to sleep. You gonna just drop out somewhere? This and that." I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." But, I got to just keep on going. Like once the momentum starts going, like you don't want to lose that. You want to stay hot.
Not to cut you off,
fuck that.
But when it comes to sleep, because I do something similar. Do you take advantage of the rest you do get? Like when it's time to take that long nap, do you do it, or are you still like, nah? It's got to be something I got to do.
No. Absolutely. When it's time for me to take a rest and sleep, like I look at my calendar. Okay, I got everything done I was supposed to do. I'm good. I have this span of time that I can rest. boom. I got worked out to a science where I actually know exactly how much sleep I need in order for me to have like 2 hours worth of more energy.
Okay.
So if you're ever interested in that,
Yeah, hell yeah. I know you do that.
so if you're working and you're exhausted, you only need 20 minutes to 40 minutes of sleep, because if you do more than 40 minutes, you'll go in the REM state, right? And it's hard. Then your body wants to stay asleep. So all you need is about 40.
So that's what happens when you take the afternoon nap for 2 hours and you wake up more tired than you were.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Exactly.
Makes you not want to take a nap.
I need that REM sleep, man. Let me get all of that.
But not to cut you
That's
off.
what
You
a
can keep going
pleasure
about
is.
your
you
week.
good. I actually just was with my mom and my family. My mom just got an award from Mayor Raz Baraka's mother, Mina Baraka. So that was a beautiful event that they put on for the young ladies who received the award. So it was an honor, to be there, and I actually had the opportunity to speak, for my mom. So that was one of those things where it was like, wow, I never, thought something like this would happen. And then when you have the opportunity, because they didn't even tell me I was going to speak. It was just one of those things where it was like, hey, Brad, go on, get on.
Go to there and say words about your mama.
Now, you know how them old school cats be like, you can get up there and do that, right? You can, get on.
You know what, baby? Go on, say a few words about your mama.
Ain't this what you do anyway? This is what you do, right?
Get on in there.
But I got a question off a question. I'm going to let you finish.
Yeah,
but
go ahead.
Have you ever, or basically, have you been to an event where you just want to chill though? Like, I don't want to talk right now. I'm here for something else.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, but the only difference was it was my mom's award. So it was like if I felt like anybody was going to do her justice, it was going to be me.
I'm not going to turn this down.
I'm not going to turn it down. Like when I had to speak at my grandfather's funeral when he passed.
Mm-hmm.
So in that span, from when the last time I was here, both of my grandparents passed. So it's a lot of stuff that has actually happened in between, then to now. So it's crazy. But you get, when you have the title of a speaker, at any given time, literally, I was just out there. Somebody just sent me a message. Hey, I got a gig for you. Can you come through on this date? And I'm like, listen, I got to look at my calendar when I'm done with this interview. Like, you got to, just give me a second. But it's crazy. Before it was like I was begging people for an opportunity to speak. Just let me speak. Please give me an opportunity. Like I have so much.
Get what you asked for.
You listen.
Get it because you asked for it.
Listen. You
We're gonna be around to the body drop.
Right. You start praying on some stuff and you legitimately want this thing to happen and your heart is in the right place. Oh, God will give it to you.
And it's crazy because when we do ask for it, we don't know when it's coming.
Right.
Or how you gonna get it.
Right.
And when it comes, you're really not mentally ready for it. You don't know that this is what you asked for.
Oh, right.
You have to make yourself aware.
Because when you ask for stuff, you thinking of it coming to you in a particular form that you want.
In a certain time period or whatever.
It's going to come, but nothing in the way you thought. And then you won't even realize this is what you asked for until you done fucked it up already.
Listen, the book came out and everything hit the fan. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. You want me here? I got to go there. This, that. Right. Like, my wife listen, you finna die. Because ain't no way you finna. But I hit everything.
But you know what they don't get, though? I'm going to die, not die literally, but I'm going to die if I can't do this, what I love.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to die either way. Either way I'm going to go. I'd rather go out in my own blaze of glory.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You're right about that.
I told my fiance before I found my passion, my passion of speaking, my first love was playing football. I love playing football. So people used to always tell me, "Oh, Brad, why are you hitting people like that? Why are you doing that? You only like $105. Like you ain't got no business being out there in the first place. Why are you hitting people like that?" I'm like, if I die on the field, I'll die with a smile on my face because this is what I love to do. This is what I love to do. So I'm gonna go out my way. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's something positive, I'm not hurting nobody, I'm cool with it. And then when it turned into my passion being speaking, if I drop dead when I'm on stage empowering people, I'm ready to go. That's how it's supposed to go.
Talk to them.
That's how. Ain't no fighting it. Ain't no don't take. Like, just give me another. I put it all out there. I record everything. That's why my girl, she got my girl and my team. They got they both have 2 terabyte hard drives of all my videos.
Oh, so you got the documentary ready?
Oh, I'm just saying.
If you pass out on stage,
if I go,
the documentary's coming.
If I go, listen. We about to do a Netflix series. Somebody about to cash my family out. Start to finish.
I'm going to ask for that 10 minutes. Not yet, God. We just We doing one with 2 more things.
Like, wait a minute. You mean right now?
Hold on. At
Right
this
now?
moment, I was just about to, Game of Thrones didn't even come on yet.
No, my thing is every opportunity I have to speak, I give it everything I got because I want to die empty.
Absolutely.
I want to die empty.
So how was your week?
My week was cool. Work was cool. I copped the Division 2. So if you out there for the Xbox One, you want to get right, join the squad. Join my clan, man. Join my clan. Gamer tag, Fresco famous, capital famous. Other than that, my week was cool. I was gonna go see Us on Friday, but after work, I just didn't feel like sitting in the theater. I've been sitting all day. I don't want to get up and go sit in a dark theater for another 2.5 hours or whatever. So you
got to know yourself. If you know that you're going to fall asleep during the movie,
right,
don't go regardless of how bad you want to see it.
I would have stayed awake.
Okay.
I would have stayed awake, but I just literally didn't feel like sitting in the theater like for another 2-3 hours. I was just at work for 8 hours sitting in front of this computer screen. I don't want to sit in front of a damn computer. I was so tired of sitting that when I got home, I actually stood up for like the next hour just watching TV. But I took my nephew to the mall yesterday, just hanging out. Chilling. My son got a thing for cars. I don't know what it is. He loves cars.
He's a boy.
Yeah, and it's like he's playing with a car and he sees something else they want to play with. So he grabs that and he got the car in his hand and he's still trying to do other stuff that he need his hands with without letting go of the damn cars. Like it's yeah. So I'm a little set of Hot Wheels.
Ooh, I got a quote for that.
Yeah.
Come on now. You know I got a quote for that.
Let me hear it.
Listen, so I don't know. I think I introduced you guys to my man Toby Nwigwe, the rapper.
Did you?
I think I put y'all on to him. I could have swore I did, and I want my credit for it if I did.
I don't think you did.
I'm almost positive I did.
Okay.
But Toby Nwigwe said in one of his raps, he said, "It's hard to get your blessings when both of your hands are full."
Let the cars go, son.
Listen, and when I heard that, I was like, man, there's so many people they say they want a certain thing and they want this blessing, but you just won't let go of the thing that's holding you back.
Damn. Yeah. Wasn't ready for that. We didn't even get into the episode yet. You just dropped it mad.
I pierced your soul early.
Already.
I always do it to you.
So wait a minute, damn it. My week, my week was just chill. I was kicking at the mall, kicking it at my sister's crib yesterday. I wore a Michael Jackson t-shirt on purpose yesterday, and I'm in the mall, right? And I go in the Champs.
Trying to start problems.
White dude walked up to me. He was like, "So fucking glad you're still wearing that t-shirt, man. I'm so fucking glad you are." It was the dude that worked there too. It was like he was like that documentary was bullshit, man. He was like, "Did you watch it?" I was like, "Nah, I actually don't want to watch it. I'm not interested in watching it." And he went on for like another 5 minutes about how proud of me he was. But still wearing my Michael Jackson. I'm standing there with my son in the cart and shit, looking up at the racks and shit. You know how you have a quick conversation with somebody, just 2 minutes? Like, yeah, it's crazy. And I'm continuing on with what I'm doing. I'm looking at the shit in the rack, and I'm like, yeah, man, woo, crazy. Yeah, so, but yeah, that was kind of funny because I wore it on purpose, and I saw people looking at the shirt, but it was pretty funny to get that reaction from him at the store. But other than that, it was a regular day, man. Real chill shit.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Okay. Yep. So let y'all know from last week, man, I went to the doctors and got some work done. So I got the results back from last week. So I just want to say this and make sure it goes to the doctors and get checkups and blood work and things of that nature because you just never know. So it just turns out that I got a little bit of high cholesterol.
Okay.
My lung count is high, my liver count is high, and my white blood cells is low. And that just comes from just my diet, just me eating like crap, like. Believe it or not, like people be looking at me, it's like, yo, you in the gym all the time. Yeah, but I live at the fast food restaurants. You understand? Like, I know that black men specifically shouldn't really indulge in red meat so much. Mm-hmm. And if I'm at a restaurant, give me a burger, you know what I'm saying? Fries. Like, I did not this one study, but I just saw this one thing where it says you only supposed to eat like 4 fries a day. You know what I'm saying? But
how many potatoes is that?
It's not a lot.
It's not even a whole potato.
It's not, but that just shows you. But that just tells you how toxic and dangerous French fries are to us. Like, we really shouldn't be eating that. So it's just an eye opener, and it's up to me to take care of my health now, man. So actually, and then I thought about it. There's a blessing in everything, and once again I said that before. So now, because there's so many people that come to me and they want workout tips, and there's so many people that come to me and tell me that I should start a a training session to be their trainer, and I'm kind of like hesitant to do it because I'm not in the best shape, believe it or not. So how can I tell somebody what to do?
I believe it.
So how can I tell somebody what to do if I ain't giving it 100 all my? Yeah, how can I give somebody tips if I'm not going 100 for myself? Right. So now that I have, I'm aware of what I need to do, I can get in better shape, and that might be the doorstep, the pathway for me to probably starting something for myself. You know what I mean, a gym or something. But at the end of the day, I just don't feel comfortable telling you what to eat, how to train, if I'm half-assing it. So at the end of the day, I'm going to get my cholesterol, and he'll say I'm dehydrated. So I'm going to get that taken care of. So with that being said, go to the doctors, man. Go get checked because you just don't know what's going on. It could be the simplest things.
I be the nigga on the bench eating a burger like, no, you fucking doing it wrong.
But you know what? It's crazy, though, because that's what they do. I was watching the Dwight Howard interview like a year ago or two, and they just was talking about how he eats Big Macs before the games. This guy looks great. So it's just not everybody can do what he do. But eventually, it'll come to get him when it's his time. But all you see is fast food, and every time I decide to go on the diet, that's when them food commercials look so good for some reason. But that's that. So I'm gonna get that in a wrap. I returned to therapy this week, and boy, was it powerful. Therapy. For those, so I'm gonna speak on this again. Go see a doctor. Go get checked out. Go see a therapist, even if you think nothing's wrong, because you might not know that something is actually eating you alive.
Right.
You might think that what you're going through is normal. Nah, go see a therapist. Stop being afraid that the therapist is going to judge you. I hear that a lot. Or the therapist might be black and they might take what I told them and tell their friends. Forget all that, man. Jump out the window. You just don't know. And if
that's what your friends doing anyway. Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they make lawsuits for that.
I was just going to say that.
So if my thing is, if I'm going to go to see a therapist, I'm not worried about allowing them to do it. Yeah, right. I have to allow you to do your job. Now, if you decide that you're not going to do your job properly and you're going to break the trust and bond that we have that we're supposed to be building, no problem. I got a lawyer for that.
Absolutely.
I will take your practice.
Absolutely.
I got hands too.
I'm sorry. I'm just business minded. So it's just that if I'm entrusting you to do what you say that you're going to do, then I need you to do that. If you're not going to do that, there are consequences and repercussions for your actions.
Hands, and I know how to throw them. Shazam.
So yeah, man, stop making excuses for therapy, especially if you have insurance. If you have insurance, your insurance company's probably going to cover most of it. You know what I'm saying? So just go in there and see them. So that's that. Shout out to the therapist. That therapy session was powerful. I go back Tuesday. The WWE came to Trenton the other day, and I treated myself to the event, man.
Did they?
Yeah, they came, man. Yo, I seen one of the wrestlers he walked right past me. I was hot too because I'm like, yo, what's good, baby? And he walked right past me. I was ready to square with him for real. I don't like that.
Did you feel like a nothing?
I did. I did. But he went to the
You had his T-shirt on?
I ain't do all of that. I was going to the store, and he just happened to just be coming my way. Nah, I wasn't going to the event at the time. It was just like 4:00 in the evening. So I'm just going to a store, and he go walking past. So when you see somebody, I really didn't say nothing because I was lost for words. I just put my hands out like. And he walked right past me. I said, "Okay, you motherfucker."
Looking like a true
nigga. I looked stupid. I looked stupid. I looked dumb.
I hope you got that.
His girl was with him like, "Who's that? Some little nigga."
I hope you got that DJ Khaled. You played yourself on there.
Yeah, I did. And listen. I'm not bugging because at the end of the day, not everybody wants to stop and talk to people. They just want to listen. Wherever he was going, I think he went into the liquor store, but whatever he needed, whatever he was doing, that's his thing, man. So I just made myself look like a fool, but never again though. But best believe I booed the hell out of him when I seen him.
That's why I don't ask niggas for autographs,
right.
yo. I don't want to leave myself.
Rival.
I'm not gonna leave myself open to no bullshit like that. Like, nah, bro.
So with that being said, with the wrestling thing, I know wrestling is fake. I know that. But I had got some good seats, floor seats. I got to see how fake it really was, and boy, was I pissed off. I was so close that I actually got to see the phantom punches and phantom kicks. Like, he was not even trying to contact. Like, his foot wasn't nowhere near the guy's chest. But when you look at it from an angle, it looked like he kicking the hell out of this dude. But for where I'm at, it's like he kicking air, he bouncing. I'm like, oh my! I never want to sit this close again because I just don't want to see that.
How the fuck they be that excited with that weak ass shit? Like, how can you be excited?
It's a fantasy.
When you look at it,
it's entertainment.
You know it's fake, but when you look at it from an angle, sometimes you can be like, God damn.
Well, the thing is, it is scripted, but they are athletes.
Absolutely.
They are athletic. Like, so listen, you can't fake.
So really fight then. Shit.
you can't fake them double backflips off the top of the
Yeah,
turnbuckle
absolutely.
or jumping off the cage or all that.
Yep.
You can't fake none of that.
It is some things to it where you be like, okay, that really took a lot of guts, but most of it, it's, let's choreograph what we got going on. Let's get out this ring safely and home to our family. That's really what it's about.
Right.
So
I've been over wrestling since '98.
the second part of why I don't want to sit so close no more is like, but because they have to fake the punches so hard, they spit. So when you go bang, dudes go psst, and the spit just went flying. It could have hit somebody.
I don't
know.
I'm losing more and more interest than I already
Right,
lost.
but that's what you get
Like,
for
what
sitting
the
so
fuck?
close. When you sit so close, you can get spit on, and you can see how fake it is. And I didn't want no
First of all,
parts of that.
that nigga. So you just fake spit on me for the sake of selling this punch. You ain't. If you really got punched in the face and you were forced to spit, that's another thing. But you're actually forcing yourself to spit to sell this weak ass punch. Come on. I'm mad as hell, man. I'm fucking tight.
So,
I already knew wrestling was trash.
I think The Rock. I don't even
Damn.
think he threw punches. I think it was all slaps.
Nah, they used to have their fists open
No,
like this.
I'm
Like, they
telling
would-
you. No,
matter of fact,
no.
he used to
I
do
think
that
he
too.
just used to
Yeah.
use slaps, and I was like,
But it's
wait
not
a minute.
But it's not a slap. It's if you I think watching it from TV,
It's a- you
it'll
got
make it look
something on your
like
chin.
like they hit him like in the neck or something. I'm
It's
like,
like you got
hold
something
on.
on your
just like that. But the angle on the TV and make it look like The Rock is really slapping the hell out of you.
Oh, my God.
But if you sat where I sat, you would have been like, oh my God.
I'm trying to tell you because you know how they had like the signature thing or whatever. Like he'll get him in the corner, he'll do the slaps, and then on the third one he'll stop. And I correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he would stop on that third one, spit in his hand.
Yes.
Right,
And
that's
then,
a fact. Yeah.
and I'm like, we done.
yeah,
We done.
yeah,
All
yeah.
this is done. Last time somebody spit on me,
How do you
it
sign
was
up
a
for
rumble
that?
in the jungle.
How do you sign up for that as the other fighter? Like,
I don't
all right,
know.
you going over the script, so all right, look, so I'm gonna smack the shit out of you 3 times, then I'm gonna spin on my hand and slap the shit out of you good. All right, and then I'm gonna
They
swing you
actually
to the
spit in each other's faces. Like
Like,
those
what do you-
things happen. They actually go over that. There's been scenes where they spit in each other's faces.
Man, fuck wrestling.
Nope,
man.
can't do it. Can't do it.
But I got a chance to see Captain Marvel. It was cool. I'm just ready for Avengers. And I'm gonna wrap my week up because I actually had a productive week. This is unlike me. But we got to spend sibling quality time yesterday. You know what I mean, our sister got her own place, so we was over there kicking it. Pizza and Michael Jackson. That's what
Watch
we do.
old Michael Jackson
Watching
videos.
Michael Jackson videos, just admiring how great he was in the 80s, and people in 2019 still can't do what he do. You know what I mean?
is true.
So at the end of the day, that's what we did. We had a great time, man. So now we here, episode 129 in the Podcast Brothers at Starbucks, and we got B-Rab in the building, man.
Facts.
So with that being said, Brad, tell the listeners who you are again and what is it that you do.
Oh, man. I am a motivational speaker, a coach, a mentor, an entrepreneur, an author. I am currently a fiance, soon to be husband. I'm a family oriented person, that I am a servant leader, I've given my life to trying to help others. Like that is the embodiment of who I am and what I do and what I give my life to.
I got a question. It's not part of the questions
It
that
just
I got.
came to me.
It just came to me. And that's how sometimes it happens. When you
An
say,
epiphany.
He do this shit once a fucking episode, buddy. I swear that it's always at the
Technically,
beginning.
this is the second
every
one.
time.
This is the second one, but
it's
go
how
ahead.
it works. How it works.
Just he does this all the time.
You are
too.
engaged to be married, correct?
Yes.
For the men, and once again, I love to use this podcast to help men deal with things that we don't know that we have issues with.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to being engaged, is it more of the woman or is it more of when you're ready? What are we looking for? Like some people might be like, well, I'm not ready to get married yet because I haven't found her, or is it a preparation for you individually?
Oh, it's got to be reciprocity. It's
Okay.
got to be on both ends.
Okay.
It couldn't be one of those things where she's ready, but I'm not. I'm ready, but she's not, because then you're forcing the other person into something that they're not ready for.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to meet each other in the middle. Literally, I've gotten so many people that have said, "Hey, Brad, when is the wedding date? When's the wedding date?" I haven't had one person that said, "Brad, when are you going to finish with marriage counseling?" We did marriage counseling first. We just finished marriage counseling. And through the marriage counseling that we did, we realized that there were certain areas that I had strengths and I had weaknesses. And these were certain things that could cause us to get a divorce. So if you're able to address those things before the problem even arises, then you know how to combat it. Like I literally have a 22-page analysis of just me, just telling me all about myself. And I can't deny it. I can't deny who I am and
wrote
how
that?
I wrote it.
That's what I'm asking. Yeah.
I ain't read that. I went to a professional.
Okay.
And I paid the professional to do their job.
Okay.
So that's what I was talking about earlier.
They DM me that on Facebook, by the way, just like we was talking about earlier. I know all your business, so you might want to sue them.
Oh, man. But you know, the funny thing about it is, it's cool with me because it's like, I don't have to run from who I am.
Right.
That way I can just address it. So same with her. She can see who she is, what her tendencies are, and we can address it. And then there's no running away from it.
And that's crazy because it kind of connects to what I said about therapy. If you're in a relationship and you might not see the issues, go to therapy anyway.
Right.
And therapy will give you either the green light, the yellow light, or the red light in order to move forward.
Right.
And then you go into marriage.
At least you start asking yourself questions or addressing things within yourself that you didn't realize before, or things that you knew that you just were hesitant to address or to correct. So,
because you'll be in a relationship and think everything cool, and then you go to therapy and you be like, "Yo, maybe I'm just not ready. Maybe,
like, oh
maybe,
shit,
maybe I'm not ready for this. I've been faking the funk my whole relationship."
You know what, therapist? I ain't shit. I just seen it.
Listen, there's some people who really they have that. Listen, I dealt with it. I dealt with it before. I was just like, yo, I'm just not ready. I'm just not the man that I'm supposed to be. I'm not the provider I want to be. I don't think that I am the definition of what a man is supposed to be. Like, my father was a man's man. Like, he worked. He was a hard worker. He was, he worked out all the time. He played sports. He was a good father. Like, he was always there. And I was like, I don't think I could ever live up to being who he is. As far as being a father, being, a father figure and whatever. I was like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if that's,
Now, I heard what you just said. So answer me this. With your father being great at all of that, how was he emotionally, though, with you?
Oh, emotionally, my father was disconnected until he almost died.
And that's the problem that I think a lot of us have. Like, we're so good at everything else, but emotionally tied to our children or even to the women that we're dating or being married to. I think that's an issue that we need to address. But once again, we don't know that we're having these issues because we just think I'm a man. I'm supposed to work, I'm supposed to provide. I'm supposed to work out and things of that nature. So when you said those things, the first thing that popped in my head was, but how was he emotionally?
Right.
And I think that that's an issue that a lot of us have with our fathers before us, even us.
I think the picture that society paints is the fact that you're supposed to be just as a man, just these three things. Like, you're supposed to provide and do and go to work and be the man, but they don't actually go into depth about what the man has going on, why he's providing and doing the shit that he's supposed to be doing that makes him feel like a man. So sometimes you go to express that shit, people don't give a fuck. So you like, all right, not talking to you no more. Fuck it.
All it takes is one time.
You know what I'm saying? Not talking to you no more.
It takes one time to break somebody's trust.
And now it's going to be even longer for you to open up to the next person because you're like, you don't give a fuck either. You just going, you know what I'm saying?
So episode 79 was the last time you were with the Podcast Brothers. So what has changed? What have you accomplished? What were you doing where you say, I'm not doing that no more? So just anything in between, because it's actually been technically a year.
Yeah.
That episode dropped April 1st of 2017. 18, my fault.
Yep,
it's 2019. Right. So what has changed with B-Rab in that year?
Man, so since then, I was going through it back then. Like, I was struggling, like, just trying to get the business off the ground, trying to get my name out there, trying to be known. I think I was even dressed a little bit different back then as well.
Still in all black, though.
I was? Okay, cool.
I believe you had your logo shirt on, but a polo version.
Yeah, I might have. Yeah, I think you're right.
Or a T-shirt.
Yeah, I think I was wearing a polo, thinking I had to, you know what I mean? Now I'm walking around, I go to schools and stuff like that, and I speak with my hoodie on and my hat on and stuff like that because I feel like it's not about the way I look. Because as soon as I open my mouth, I'm going to shut all that down. Whatever little thought you had of me, as soon as I open my mouth and I provide you with this content. And then the funny thing about it is I go there and they bring me in there to speak and to empower the kids or whatever the case may be. And it's 9 times out of 10, it's most likely the parents and the teachers and faculty that's coming to me afterwards like, oh my goodness, that really touched me. I need, where can I buy your book or this or that? Or how can I? And it's like, okay.
Because even though you come in to speak to all the kids and everybody, but the message is for those who are ready for it.
Oh, my message is for anybody who got something that's tore up inside of them. You struggling with something? Don't worry, it's going to get to you.
So yeah, I'm here for the kids, but parents, this is for you too.
You're going to get it too.
Booking and shit. You know what, man? Fuck these kids. I need a motivational speaker here to help me not quit my job. Let me call Brad. call Brad's ass. Get him in here.
Put him on the books. Put him on the books. So, more speaking engagements. They started coming out of nowhere. And I was like, oh man, praise God. Cause you, like you said, like you pray for something and, be careful what you pray for because you just might get it.
Yeah.
So it turned into me being exhausted because I was constantly speaking and working and, going back and forth, doing this and that. And then I released the book. So then when the book came out, it was 10 times worse because it was like, okay, now everybody wants the book. When the book came out, I spent 2 days in Trenton just driving around giving out books because everybody was like, where you at? I need a book. Where you at? I need a book. I'll come to you. I'm like, okay. So I spent 2 days literally just driving around delivering books to people, hand delivering them. And I'm like, all right, whatever. But I asked for this, so I dare not complain.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's that. I started coaching. I have coaching clients under me now who are looking to become professional speakers. They want to get into the industry, and they there's I want to do what you do, man. Like, can you teach me? I said, yeah, I can teach you for a nominal fee.
Mm-hmm.
So
for a nominal fee. So that's where I create residual income from. Doing that, and then also I do mentoring. So I mentor some young boys over with the
this new program, right?
Reclaiming Our Boys. Our Boys, and then also there's another gentleman that I'm mentoring as well. Just because I met him, and he just seemed like he had a good head on his shoulder. He just wanted to, he wanted a little bit of guidance. He just wanted to connect himself to somebody that he felt was doing things that were positive. So I said, yeah, I got you, bro. Anything you need. I tell kids all the time, I give you my phone number, my email address, whatever it is that you need. You can call. I've had plenty of phone calls where somebody will call and say, listen, I'm thinking about committing suicide. All right, well, I'm going to stay on the phone with you and we're going to talk about it. So that's the things that people don't see.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. With being a mentor, what's the most extreme situation you had to assist in mentoring someone that was close to the edge like that?
So that situation actually didn't happen with somebody that was my mentee. It literally was just somebody who heard me speak before, and they got hold of my information and just like, hey, listen, this is what I'm dealing with, or whatever. And I said, hey, well, we're gonna sit on the phone and we're gonna talk, and we'll work through this.
That's some scary shit, man. You get a call like that out of the blue for somebody on the ledge. I would have talked to him too. I'm not sure what to say. You know what I'm saying, but. Like how much of an asshole you got to be to hang up or hang up the phone on somebody like that?
You talk to him like a human being. Like if it was you and you were in those shoes and you were on the edge and you felt like life was never going to get any better for you, or whatever. Like, what would you want somebody to say to you at that time?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want somebody to just kind of calm you down just a little bit? Just start. If you had 10, if I can just bring you down to 9, and we can work down from there. But why wouldn't I?
I'm gonna call Brad. Brad, I'm on the edge, man.
You gonna call me because you can't find your keys.
$10,000, bro.
Nah,
I'm asking for them.
Brad, man, I lost my keys, man. I don't know what to do.
Can you
check your pockets?
Can you send me that app? Can you send me that app information again so I can get my shit?
Social media and anxiety. Anxiety existed way before social media, but anxiety and social media just seems to be married.
10 times worse now.
And there's so many people who actually deal with anxiety. And there's some people who actually develop anxiety because of social media.
Yes.
Why? Because for some reason, we follow people who are probably doing better than us. We follow people who are always smiling, probably aren't really happy in real life, but they know how to put on the front. So anxiety and social media. Now, you're a motivational speaker. Have you seen anxiety increase with social media being here now? Or do you think that, are they a marriage with anxiety and social media?
For myself personally,
not for yourself personally,
general,
but just you speaking and you talking to other people. Have you seen that social media played a part?
Absolutely. I've had mentees that say, listen, I started my Instagram, YouTube, whatever the case may be, and I'm trying to get these followers, and I got other people in school and they've got this many followers and I can't seem to catch them. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, yo, it's not that deep. And you got to understand, anything that you put out on the internet, it's there forever. I don't care how many times you hit the delete button. If they want to find it, they will find it. So my thing is, don't put out anything that you're going to look it back on later on, years later, and be like, oh man, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Before I started with speaking, I made sure I went back onto my Facebook page and Instagram, and I cleaned all that up. I had years that I was in college and stuff like that, and I was out partying and stuff like that and drinking back then. I went back and I made sure I took all that off there so that they understood that's not the life I live.
Okay.
I don't drink when I go out. I don't.
How would you feel? And we're going to continue with the anxiety and social media thing, but this has been happening. Now you're a positive empowerment speaker. What if just some person just randomly wanted to, let's say you didn't delete this stuff and wanted to dig up your past and show pictures of
Basically,
you partying?
What if they R. Kelly's you?
Oh, the thing is,
but there's so many others though. It just happens to everyone.
So,
Brad, touch me.
Who? So, D.L. Hughley said it best. He said, only cowards play home games.
Okay.
So if you want to dig up that dirt or whatever, it's not even dirt. It's just I know.
I was young.
I know what. Yeah, I know what pictures they were and all that. So I'm like, you're not gonna bring nothing to me that I haven't already seen. So we good. Like we Gucci, and I'm ready to deal with whatever. If I didn't have a problem talking about my past or any bad situations that I had with my fiance, the one who decided to spend the rest of her life with me, I'm good with some stranger. You don't know me.
Yeah,
right.
I'm like, so we can talk this out, and I'm pretty sure that if I can find out about me, I can definitely find out about you if I wanted to.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna go down that path.
But then it's based on who that person is. See, they're coming after you because now you're the man. The person that dug dirt up on you, he or she's a nobody.
My thing is, I don't even entertain that type of stuff. Like, I'm not going to get into a combative thing. It's just going to be like, well, state your case, and then I'll answer it.
I'm probably going to play along. Like,
and then,
damn, that was a good time. Boy, I wish I can go back. Oh, well. Oh, well.
See, my thing is, like, the only thing you're going to find is, like, some pictures of me in the club when I used to drink or something like that. And that's probably about it. Maybe I was in a party and stuff like that. That's about it. That's probably all you're really going to find because I'm never a smoker.
And that's basic social activity. Like, who the hell ain't having a drink while they having a good time out at a certain age? It's just like, not even a certain age, really. It's just it's a form of enjoyment. You're out entertaining yourself.
Yeah, I mean, and then mind you, I matured to the point where it's just that it was like I don't do that anymore. Like I don't drink. I don't even drink really. So it's like. You're not going to find that with me.
Okay.
I have a very small circle, so it's really basically just family members who I spend most of my time with.
I really don't drink either, yo. I can't do it.
So back with the anxiety social media thing, what do you think is the fix for it? Like, I've seen so many people just say, I'm logging off Instagram for a month.
And that's not going to fix
That's not the fix,
They'll do
right?
That's not
nothing
gonna fix
because they
nothing.
just go to Instagram.com instead of using that fucking app on their phone.
That is an app. You have an addiction
crazy,
if
yo.
you do that.
That shit is crazy.
You have an addiction. If you have an app that you can go on your phone and you
Delete.
decide to go on the internet and type in HTTP,
Right.
like, you've lost your natural mind.
It's different.
So just deleting the app doesn't work. So tell us the steps, because I've heard people, that's the remedy that people use. I'm just going to log off Instagram.
That's not going to do it. You got to address it. You got whatever the issue is, you have to address it like right where it's at. If you know you got an issue with that, then you might need to. You have to detox yourself from it. Like you can literally put a timer on it. I think they actually have that within the settings where you can put a timer on it so you can see how long you've been on, and that is shocking to a lot of people when they see I've spent this much time, on Instagram looking at kittens and all this dumb stuff and people falling and all that, like whatever. It's like, what is you doing?
My thing is, I think that people, even when people say I'm not using social media, they're still not doing nothing with the time that they would have been spending on social media.
Yeah.
Like, you don't go on social media, all right, cool. Now you're just watching TV. You need to fill that time with an activity or do something and enjoy yourself. Do something for your life that you can show on social media. Motherfuckers got it twisted.
Right.
They want to do what motherfuckers on social media is doing, but not being active in their life. But they want to be, or they want to create whatever images are being shown to them that they want to be a part of, but not doing no work for it. So just do something for your own self that you enjoy, man, and just enjoy that.
Right. So if you log on social media, that's the opportunity to read a book. That's the opportunity to
Go to the gym,
to eat healthier.
Whatever.
See, this is what people don't understand. It's not just what you see on social media. It's also the foods that you eat that might make you think the way you think or make you feel the way you feel.
Right.
If you feel bloated, that's because of the food you eat, not because somebody on social media looking good is looking better than you. If you're not mentally strong, it's because you're not reading any books.
So basically, if your life ain't shit, man, just stay off social media. Stop following rich niggas.
Yeah.
Stop following niggas with mad diamonds, all this crazy shit, because it's gonna make you feel bad about yourself.
I mean, it definitely will, because it doesn't even matter what field it is that you work in. If you're looking at people who are, leagues above you, it's going to make you feel like, I can never reach that status. I can never get there. I remember when I made my very first video and put that out there, and it was like, how am I ever going to get anywhere near close to Eric Thomas? I never, like, you go back and I listen to the Guru story. I'm like, yo, how could I ever put a story together, that's that passionate, that's that real? Like, how could I create a story like that? Then I come to find out that wasn't even his story. He retold the story.
I hate that.
And the thing was, there's nothing wrong with it.
No,
because the stories are meant to be
retold. What I hate is there's people that you look up to, but then you realize that their story was either enhanced by surgery. Like somebody who might work out and you might, man, I want to look like him, but then you learn he might have went under the knife, or this person might have been enhanced themselves. So when you be like, yo, how can I ever be like that person? And you killing yourself to do it, but then you realize how many shortcuts these people took.
Right.
So,
I mean, you realize what you really find out is that no one's perfect. And that people have imperfections, and the ones that are always at the top and they are consistently there year in and year out, those are the ones who made a decision in their mind that I'm going to work harder than anybody else. I'll get up earlier. I'll go to bed later. I'll do whatever it takes. I will sacrifice, whether it's financially, physically, spiritually, whatever it takes. I'll make the sacrifices that are necessary so that I can get there. And stay there. Not just get there, but to stay there, because there's a lot of quote unquote one-hit wonders out there.
I'll say something like this. For the men out there who I see are wildly successful, one of the people I look at is like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, right?
Okay.
Now on social media, I get it. You do not have to post your family, your wife, your girlfriend, and nothing. But you never see this guy around his family. And you think like, dang, the sacrifices this man has to make in order to stay in shape, be in all these movies, be in all these shows. And something's getting sacrificed. And I'm thinking maybe it's the family. That's just a road that I haven't mustered up to do. Like for me, in order to get better at this, I would have to spend less time around family, because I got to practice. I got to learn. I got to learn levels. I got to want to travel. If there's a convention going on in another state, I got to want to be there. But then that's also time that I'm taking away. So when I do see guys sacrifice, I just don't think I'm ready for those type of sacrifices.
I understand. And people sacrifice in different ways.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
There are some people where they're like, family is one thing I'm not going to sacrifice. I'm just not going to do it. And then other people say, financially, I'm not going to put as much money in, or whatever the case may be. Everybody does that.
You're giving up something.
Yeah, you're going to have to give up something. And the more things that you give up, the chances are the faster you'll actually get to whatever it is you're trying to get to. Yeah. Now, I know me personally, I've given up time. I've given up relationships. I've given up money. I've given up a lot of stuff to get to where I'm currently at, but I'm still not done. Like, I know there's still more work to do. So the person who probably feels it the most is my fiance, because there's time that I'm not able to spend with her. But what I do is I always try to make sure that I'm able to schedule some time, or like a day, where I shut everything down.
Let's keep it a buck. With the schedule that you have you ever, or do you think about telling your fiance, I'm too tired? You can never tell your fiance because the schedule, right? Because the schedule that you have, you can't say, I'm too tired to watch this movie with you or anything.
No, I never would, because even if I am tired, or whatever the case may be, I will summon up whatever strength that I need to muster to get up and do whatever it is that I need to do for her or with her, because she is the most important person in my life. My career is not the most important thing to me. If I lose her, I lose my career, because I no longer can focus properly.
Gotcha.
Because she's the one that keeps me balanced. She's the one that's there for me when I need to rant and rave and they're not doing this or whatever. Like, I don't know why this isn't happening or whatever. Like, when I'm off balance, she's the one who gets me back in line.
Gotcha. So let's talk about.
I might not tell her I'm too tired, but when I pass the fuck out when the notebook is on, you going?
Now you better stay up. You better stay up. Okay.
But the thing is, she would actually appreciate the fact that you try your hardest to be there.
Not everybody's the same. Some people you better stay up. Some people at least put in the effort.
Right. You gotta at least put in the effort.
Right.
So let's talk about the book, man.
Hey, now.
Pain, Passion, and Purpose. I just caught mine. Can't wait to read it.
Triple P.
So when did you get the idea of actually writing a book?
Man, I'm in a group with other entrepreneurs, and one day my mentor was on the call, and he said, everybody that has a book, it was a video call, he said, everybody that has a book, hold your book up for the camera. And I'm sitting there like, I'm about to just hold up the Bible. Yeah. Like, because I don't have nothing. And everybody else had a book, and everybody was making money. And I'm like, and everybody in the group was black. So I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Yeah. I'm like, all right, I know I was in special ed and all that, but listen,
still, I know how to make a couple dollars.
I mean, if my whole thing was, is it possible? If it's possible, then I have to be able to find some type of way, shape, or form to get it done. It might take me longer, I might have to work harder. I might need more help. It might take me more time. But if it's possible to get it done, then I'm in. Let's figure this out.
Now, you wrote the book yourself, but you sent this to somebody to proofread it, to proofwrite it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know how this ever happens. So maybe, I don't know if you had this example, but sometimes people get misquoted in things that they say.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get misquoted? Did you feel like when the guy or lady, I don't know who did it for you, sent it back to you, was everything in place, or were you like, wait a minute, I didn't say that?
No, everything was pretty good.
Okay.
The lady I worked with was really, really good. We had a long conversation on the phone talking, and she said I had a way of writing that actually sounded like my natural voice.
Okay.
So the way that me and you are having a conversation now, she says that's actually what it comes across like in the book.
Right. So when she's reading it, she can hear your voice.
She can almost hear my voice.
Yeah.
So you're saying that some people might not be able to understand what you're trying to say and reword things, and that's where the confusion might come in at?
Yeah,
Okay,
that could possibly happen. It also depends on who is the person that you are working with. Like if you're working with somebody who's not willing to, work with you and they're not trying to budge or whatever, it's like, all right, this is not going to work because you're not paying attention to my vision. You're not paying attention to the way that I'm trying to get this done. But the only thing that she actually did was she might have taken a story out or two, something like that, or taken a character out who wasn't connected to the entire story in the whole. But that was about it. Everything was pretty seamless.
But it didn't mess up the story you're trying to tell.
No.
Yeah.
Did they tell you, or did they just take it out and say, read?
No,
what do you think?
the funny thing is, what she did, she had like a program that she used where she would send it to me and she would show me what she took out, and explain to me why she took it out.
Okay.
So she was like, "Okay, I took this story out because it's a little too graphic. You can't say this, and if you want kids to be able to read this in middle school." And I'm like, "Okay, I get where you're coming from."
Okay.
So took that out or whatever. Or all right, well, I had to take this character out because you mentioned him one time in the whole story. There's no point in having him in there. Take him out.
Gotcha.
So I was like, "Oh, okay." He was like, "So the way that you speak on stage is phenomenal, right? When you're telling these stories, it's great, it's hilarious, all that good stuff. But you can condense that, right? But when you're putting it in a book, you're trying to make it seamless so that they're just easily flowing through it and they can just easily read through those lines and they're like...
And follow the whole story from top to bottom.
Exactly, from start to finish.
So the name of the book is called Pain, Passion, and Purpose. Mm-hmm. But what is the book about? Tell us what's the book about.
The book is literally just about my life from literally where I started in Jersey City all the way up to when I began my journey as a speaker.
Okay.
So everything I went through in between.
What's the reaction to the book? Because you said you was out 2 days straight just passing them out.
Yeah. So far, the reaction has been really good. A lot of people have just said, I can resonate with, your relationship with your father. Or so the first couple chapters, the way that I did it was they're dedicated to characters, people that were in my life. And within those characters, I'm actually taking you through my upbringing. With those characters. So you can actually understand who they were and what they meant to me, their mannerisms, the things that they did, that type of stuff, and the stories I had with them. As we're going through that, you're also getting me growing up.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So
what would be if somebody wanted to write a book, if someone came to you and said, I want to do what you're doing, what would be the main 3 ingredients you can give somebody to get from having the idea of a book to actually having a copy sent in front of you?
Oh, man. So the first thing is you got to have your idea, like you said. You got to know what it is that you want to talk. Is it going to be fictional, non-fictional? What is it going to be? What is it that you're going to talk about? Who are you trying to reach? Who's your demographic, right? And then you also have to be dedicated to getting it done. So my thing was, once I started, I wasn't stopping until it was done. Like my fiance would be like, go to bed. I'm not going to bed. I'm not done with this chapter. I'll go to bed. I'll rest when the work is done. I don't rest when I'm tired.
Like I said, I just purchased the book. How far does your memory go back? Like to when you first started to live, like you first started to see like this ain't right or this is good. Like when did you realize that? At what age?
Oh man, it really just takes you all the way back to like my earliest memories.
How old was that?
Man, I want to say the earliest memory that's in the book is probably when I was about like 4 or 5.
And I want to just tell you,
what you got. How far can you think back?
And that's what I want to get at. I admire that. The reason why my music career, because I used to rap.
I heard that like 40 episodes.
I finally understand why my music career couldn't take off, because I couldn't phantom a memory. I have no memory of pain. For example, me and my brother, we grew up together. So things that he might have seen that hurt him, I was right next to him, probably didn't bother me because I didn't know that these things were supposed to bother me. Like for some reason, we stayed with our aunt, didn't know where our mom was sometimes. I didn't think nothing was wrong with it. I'm with auntie.
Right.
There's sometimes where certain things would happen and you would just think that was regular. For example, staying with my aunt one time, we had a Sega Genesis, and when I woke up, it was gone. Where'd it go? Don't know. You just move on with life. Not knowing. You realized earlier.
Drug money.
It was sold for drug money.
Right.
My thing is, what I'm saying is, when it came down to music, I was just a writer of people who would just like to make dope words. I never knew how to put together my story because I didn't know I had one. If I actually think hard, I might actually have a story, but it just wasn't there. So I admire
you're like Lil Wayne.
Just writing.
Just writing.
No type of
No
now.
story.
Lil Wayne has been through so much.
But all he does into a story form.
All he does is rap.
Yeah, Drake puts it into a story form. That's why they idolize each other. Because one can't do what the other one does.
And that's why I'm looking at you as like, if, not just you, but anybody. If you can take what you went through at 4 and put it out there, I can't do that because I didn't know that I was actually struggling.
So the thing is, my mom was always very, very transparent. My father was the one who kind of held stuff in.
Yeah.
My mom was extremely transparent ever since I could remember. Since my earliest memories with my mom, I could just walk up to my mom, "Mom, what's this?" And she would tell me. "Mom, what's this? What's that?" Or "Who is this?" or "Who's that?" or whatever. And she would tell me. Like, she never pulled any punches. It always was, "I'm going to tell you what it is, and I'm going to let you deal with it."
So why should the listeners pick up the book?
Why?
Well, there's a lot of people who actually say, "Man, Brad, I love your speaking ability. Like, your style is very passionate, and the way that you go about it, you're consistent. That type of thing." My thing is, well, if you like the way that I speak and you like how passionate I am, wouldn't you want to know where it came from?
Okay.
Like, what caused it?
Yeah.
Because if you ever find someone who's a passionate speaker, such as, Eric Thomas is probably the one only other person I can really name that's extremely passionate when they speak.
Yeah.
The story is so potent. The story is so deep. Like, it cuts so deep that it had to be some pain that was involved with it to cause you to be able to walk in purpose like that.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be. That's why once I figured out what I was supposed to be doing with my life, I was like, I can't go backwards. I can't. Like, I've gone through so much pain. There's got to be there has to be a return on the investment.
Gotcha. I got one more question before we move past the book. Tell them where they can find the book one more time.
Amazon.com.
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 And just search for
Brad Butler II.
Okay, gotcha.
Pain,
Passion,
Purpose.
Yep.
All right. So what do you look to accomplish by the end of 2019?
End of 2019, I've already accomplished some of the things that I wanted to do. So, like, we're releasing the book, finishing marriage and marriage counseling. I'm definitely going to be getting married before the end of this year. And I don't care if it's at a courthouse or whatever. I'm marrying this woman before the end of this year because she deserves it.
Right.
She deserves it. She's been with me since the very beginning. She's at my very first speaking engagement, took off from work, came in with a camera, taking pictures and recording it. Just like, if you say that this is what you want to do, then we going to see if we going to really see if this is what you want to do.
Yeah.
So, like, let's figure this out. And that once that happened, I was like, she didn't even know that I was going to marry this woman because I'd never had anyone that went that far, to give up money and their time.
That's pretty dope.
And genuinely were like, yo, I believe that this man can speak. I believe that this man can do this. Now, she didn't know that it was going to turn into what it is now.
Yeah.
Like, literally, she's just like, oh, I thought he was a good speaker. So, yeah, I'm going to support him.
You weren't ready for it. She's not ready for it. It just came. You're just like, man, this is what I asked for.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I always dreamt, like, if God, if you give it to me, I promise I won't let you down. Like, if whatever it is that you throw my way, I promise you I won't squander it. I won't, I'll give you the glory in everything that I do. So I was like, if it comes, it comes, but I'll just keep doing the work. And then I was like, God, you gave me a woman that supported me in everything, through it all. Like, every bad thing that happened, she was just like, okay, it's not that bad. We can get through this. And I was just like, man, I'm sitting over here losing my mind.
Right.
Like, oh, man.
Stressing, worried like a mug.
Yeah, like, I'm like, man, come on. Like, everything was going so well. Because, when things going real good, then like a monkey wrench come out of nowhere.
Always.
Now the whole thing fell off.
When things are going well, bad comes. When things are going bad, the good comes. It's just like, it's such a circle.
It's weird. It's weird. But, they say it's you're always going through a storm. Either you're about to head into a storm, you're in the middle of a storm, or you're about to come out of a storm, but it's always a storm.
All right, man.
Get out of the storm.
What is the perfect man missing? Shout out to the Facebook group.
It's an interesting question.
Ray, a.k.a. Jamal Jones, because I know him as Ray, but his real name is Jamal. Shout out to him. He posted this question in the group.
I don't know what his real name is. He got like 4 names.
But he says, "Dear ladies," and he wrote like a letter.
Okay.
If he has a good head on his shoulders, focused, is working on building a firm foundation, wants to be with you, why is it so hard for him to gain your attention? And I love this question because for some men who think that all they have to do is have a good head on their shoulders, that women and people are supposed to flock to them.
No, that's not how it works.
So what is, because technically, I'm not trying to put words in his mouth, but let's just say he's the perfect guy. Not him exactly, but the description. I work, I got a good head on my shoulders, I'm no drama, I'm great. Why don't you want me? What are we missing when it comes to connecting with women or people in general?
Well, first things first, if you have that mindset that, okay, I have a good job, I got a good head on my shoulders, whatever that means. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, whatever the case may be. Why aren't these women? Sounds like you have a sense of entitlement. Somebody's just supposed to want you and want to be with you and spend the rest of their life with you just because you got a good job and you make some money and you not getting in trouble or this, bro. That don't mean nothing. Your soul could just be terrible, garbage.
You might have terrible energy.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Like the energy that you exude could just be garbage. You know how it is.
Yeah.
You might
absolutely.
even be, because you could easily be around somebody that's not doing the right thing with their life. But you get around them and you talk to them, you have a conversation, you speak to them like a human being, and the energy that exudes from that person is that I see what you could be.
Potential.
Yeah.
I see what you could be, so I'm not going to let go of you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop talking to you. I'm not going to stop putting positive, words into you because it's going to come. But if I leave you alone and I keep talking to you for where you are currently at, that's where you always stay.
And my thing with that is, it's more that goes into the equation than just those things. Those are a part of those are pieces of the puzzle. Yeah, but
Absolutely.
you got to have more than that to be what might be an eligible partner. Like, okay, you got a good job, you make good money, you got a good head on your shoulders, you're building a firm foundation. Do you not have fun? Do you know how to enjoy yourself?
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I'm saying?
You know yourself.
What are you doing that is exciting? Like what part of your life is what someone want to latch on to outside of just those things?
See, he about to go right into what I was going to say. So, with that being said, someone told me a long time ago that a man without purpose is lost, and no woman wants to be with a man who does not know what his purpose is, and she's trying to find it for him.
Yeah.
Like, if a woman has to help you find your purpose, you got a problem on your hands because she's not supposed to have to come and help you. Okay, well, try this, try that, try this, do this, do that. Oh, you're pretty good at this, do that. No, she's not supposed to have to do that for you. What she's supposed to do is she's supposed to come and help to amplify, enhance what you already have.
Talk to him, B-Rad.
That's what it's supposed to be because you're supposed to be equal. I guess you could say equally yoked. We're supposed to come to the table with, with different things. Yeah. Where I'm weak, I need you to be strong. And where I'm strong, you might be weak. But we come together and no one can tell the difference.
Yeah. Right. I got two.
Hey, man, he talking.
I got two separate answers. And one came from a female friend of mine and one came from my own thoughts.
Okay.
Something that I've learned, and when it comes to what's important or what's an eye catcher, not what's more important, but what's an eye catcher for the human eye, it can be swag. Okay. How you carry yourself.
Okay.
What he did not mention in this post was the way he carries himself. What's the difference between Idris Elba and us three sitting here? It's just the way he carries himself.
I'm sorry.
I don't know about that.
Where are you going with that?
Yeah, what the fuck are you trying to say? 'Cause I carry myself pretty goddamn well.
I'm saying, but
I want to know where you're going with this.
Listen to me, man.
I got my wife for a reason.
I get you.
I'm pretty good.
All right. See, I don't want me to. Women love him. And you got to go.
Love me?
No. I don't think I know what he means. I think I know what he means.
People adore him, but why him and not nobody else?
Well,
it's the swagger that this man exuberates. Don't tell me that this man don't carry himself.
So I'll give. It's a couple of different things with him, right? So the first thing is he knew what he wanted to do with his life, right? He went into acting. He's become a master of his craft. Cool, walking in purpose. That's what he wanted to do. So he's walking in purpose. So once you start walking in purpose, it makes it very easy for you to step into other realms. Because once you master one thing, it makes you feel like I can master something else.
Right.
So that's why when a woman sees him, it's like, yo, I see this man. He doing like a woman is going to be attracted to a man that's walking in purpose.
See, you're going deeper with it, and that's basically what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's better than us.
No, I'm on the same page with you after the initial shock.
Right, right. I'm not saying that man is better than us. But if he was here, who would the women go crazy over?
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
He's also a celebrity.
I might ask for his autograph.
Even if we were.
I might ask for his autograph.
I'm sorry. If I'm a celebrity and everybody knows me, that's an equal playing field.
I'm
sorry.
Just to us, to you. But what I'm saying to you is, you know who people go crazy over, regardless of how crappy they are. You might be in better shape. You might have a better smile. But the people like that person.
Well, you know what?
Some things
there's another thing to that too. Because I'm in a different situation where I am engaged to be married, I don't even want you to look at me like that. I want you to respect my craft. That's it.
Well, I'm just speaking.
So
like,
yeah,
in general.
I know what you.
That's
I know
just
what you
being
mean.
men.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if we were all in a group, there's just going to be one person who sticks out, regardless of what their career is, because of the energy that we're talking about that you carry. The way you walk, you stand up straight, you talk, you look at it. There's a lot of characteristics that he didn't name in his post about why isn't this good enough? Because there's so many things that go along with that. Right. You don't have to have none of that, but if you do have the stamina, the swagger,
you can have, like you just said, you can have none of the shit that he just mentioned, but on your way to getting it, but you possess the other parts of the equation that will eventually get you to what he already mentioned.
Then
you can
drive,
somebody's gonna latch on to you more than that. Right.
So that's basically what I was saying. Also had the opportunity to talk to a female friend of mine, and what she said was some women are intimidated by such a man. Some women are not used to good dudes, and some don't think they deserve them. So those are all,
and some just don't like you.
Yeah, there's that too.
There's some that just,
they just not feeling you. They're just not attracted to you.
Yeah. So
you took a loss. Oh well,
we take them. It happens.
So yeah, that's all I was saying, man. I think that it's the energy and it's the swag, because I don't think that I possess the swag, and I know I don't. And those were some things that I had to figure out, because I used to be like this, like, yo, I'm working at my job for 13 years. I ain't got no jail record. Why isn't more of? But at the end of the day, if I didn't present myself as this,
you do now.
What? Oh, you cocksucker! Hey, you be.
Well, that was funny. That was funny.
Not at all. But at one time,
I didn't have a job.
At one time, I was this guy. And I'm not saying that this is right. I'm saying he just made the post and he had a question. But whoever this is describing, at one time, I was that person. Like, yo, I'm working my butt off. I got my own house. I take care of my kids. Why isn't my demand higher? And you had to realize, like, listen, man, that's cool and all, but there's something else. You have to turn up somewhere else, man.
My thing with that, I'm at a point in my life where I felt like that. I just basically, I realized that I was overextending myself, like, to please whoever it was that I liked at that time, right? Yeah. And once I realized that wasn't the way, I just started putting more focus on myself. I started doing shit that made me feel comfortable, and I just started getting comfortable with my own energy. And then I realized the energy that I welcome will be similar to mine in the way that I choose to carry myself, just relaxed and just friendly and just having a good time, but not too much and too extra. Once I realized that was more my way to go, I started looking for that similar energy out there. And if it didn't resemble how I like to feel, then I neglected it. So I think it's some shit that comes with time. Once you realize yourself, you learn yourself, you know what I'm saying? You figure out who you are, then it kind of makes it easier to spot out who to dismiss and who you might take a little more serious.
I feel like my sister got that way of thinking out of my mind at a very young age. My sister was like all the tough love. So it was like, if I felt that type of way, she kind of nipped that in the bud early. Like, listen, not everybody gonna like you. Like, if they don't like you, so what? Like, go to the people that do like you, that type of thing. Like, somebody's gonna come. Like, I used to wear glasses before I got the eye surgery, right? I used to have a bigger gap before I closed it. And like, my sister would probably take something like that and be like, listen, Brad, chances are there's some girl out there who don't want to do that, can do anything less than bite an apple through a picket fence.
You want to hear a funny story?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
You want to hear a funny story?
That's funny as shit.
I used to have wild gaps between my teeth, right? So I said, man, I'm about to go get braces. I'm about to be on it popping. went and did all of that, got my braces, took my stuff out, and thought the world was going to change, and it stayed the same.
No.
It stayed the same.
Stayed the same.
But you thought, I'm going to fix this for me. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to hit the gym. It don't matter until you change that energy around you.
And you know what's crazy about that? I closed, like my gap isn't completely closed, and I could actually completely close it. I chose, my grandmother passed while my gap was being closed, and she had a gap in her teeth. And when she passed, I was like, I'm not going to close it all the way. It was like something just clicked. It was like, yo, something just stopped me. Like there was something that was more meaningful. Yeah. That was like, yo, I can keep a little piece of her with me, you know,
gotcha.
that type of thing. And I was like, man, it's just weird stuff. But years ago, I was like, yo, I'm going to close this gap as soon as I can. But as soon as I had the opportunity for me to do it,
decided
something
not to.
happened.
It's crazy how it works that way.
Right. And it's like, oh, man, that's crazy.
Man, I thought my braces was going to stop world hunger. I was like, I'm about to be the man in the streets.
But you felt good about yourself, though.
It wasn't the mentality back then was different. It was just like, I couldn't figure out why I wasn't more.
But all in all, you doing that for your teeth, you felt better about yourself because you improved something that you probably felt self-conscious about prior to that the whole time.
Overall, my confidence is shot out. Like, I'm great. Right. But the first initial response, the first response I was looking for was for some reason, I thought it was just going to magically, people's going to just come to my.
You would have thought this nigga got baby grills put in for cash money shit. This nigga ain't closed his mouth for like 2 years.
Every picture that I took, I was smiling, but I had to realize, like, yo, you got to, like, just a balance. This is a balance. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, I just thought that the braces would fix everything, and it did not. It still took for me to actually, put a monkey wrench into my personality and try to be more than what I was doing. So, that's that. But, like I said, we like having conversations like that because a lot of men do listen to this podcast, and we just, every week, we just try to give gems and help out the men who actually believe this. Like,
I just really believe once you take a look in yourself and you figure out what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with, then, you know what I'm saying, how you allow people to come into your energy and your presence, it'll make a difference.
Listen, I'll tell you right now, I've literally had situations in the past where I've had females that have told me, like, wow, Brad, you'll be the perfect husband or you be the perfect dad. Like, well, then why don't you want to be with me? And then I'm like, I'll move on from it, let it go, keep it pushing. And then sure enough, they come back around later on. And it's like, you know what? Why not? Like, why? Because somebody else is.
Oh, yeah. That's a whole nother topic that we probably could talk about. Because the people who aren't with you think you're the world until they with you. Like, if I was with you, you probably hate my guts. But because you're not with me, just saying, but because you're not with me, man, you make such great husband material. We always speak on the outside of it. We haven't lived together yet. Mm-hmm. We haven't had to share anything yet. Not saying hate, but it might not be as good as you think.
Like, you haven't intertwined
money
yet.
or credit, all of that stuff, man. So, we just need to, that's a whole nother topic for another day. But as of right now, Fresher Fiasco. I don't know if we was doing Fresher Fiasco when you was here.
You were.
Okay, so we drop a topic and we say whether it's Fresher Fiasco, why and why not.
Also, when he was here, DMX was just going into jail.
And DMX is just getting out.
Still slipping.
He just got out.
Still slipping.
20 years later.
That's crazy.
Shaquille O'Neal joins Papa John's board as it works to repair his image. If you want a backstory, the owner, CEO, or founder of Papa John's recently said something racist or something about the standing of the national anthem. And Black Twitter and the black people had a problem with that, and they chose to boycott Papa John's, not only for that, but because it's just disgusting. But now they've got rid of the guy that was in charge. I can't think of his name. And they're adding Shaquille O'Neal, a.k.a. a black man, to try to clean up the image. Fresher Fiasco.
All right, so is it Fresher Fiasco on Papa John's? I mean, is it
Papa John's? Yeah,
Is Papa John?
Papa John
Papa
using
John's
Shaq
side,
to clean up the image.
Okay, using Shaq to clean up the image.
Yeah, I mean Shaq's volunteered too, but just saying the route that they're going because trying to clean the image.
So in that case, I'll give you two because on Shaq's side, fresh because you're gonna have to cut the check for that.
Cut the check. Absolutely.
We at the point now where it's like you got to pay to play with the cool kids. Like them days is over, right? Now on Papa John's side, I'm gonna still say it's probably fresh because if you were trying to fix it, then why not go to somebody who has been doing extremely well in the business field? Because we're not gonna sleep on the fact that Shaquille O'Neal has a PhD
and he owns like 22 what the fuck is Checkers,
a whole lot of stuff,
some other shit.
A whole lot of businesses, and the man know what he's doing. So my thing is, if you're gonna bring in somebody, don't bring in somebody who, is in the public eye in a negative manner, you bring in somebody who has been doing the work and doing it at a high level and has integrity. So, and fresh on both sides.
Yeah, Shaq is one of the most successful athletes after basketball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, he's on every commercial.
Him, Magic,
Jordan, like he's up there. So I'll go Fresh, just because they did their homework. They didn't just go out and get anybody, and that's what they could have done. They could have brought Cardi B on. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Somebody like the typical such and such would have done after they've disrespected us, because that's just what seems to be happening with the clothing lines, with everything. Right. And then we always get an apology right afterwards. So the reason why I might have said Fiasco, because we're just tired of the disrespect, and they think that an apology fixes everything. Mm-hmm. But you know what? It is what it is. I don't have a resolution. I don't know nothing different. Papa John's is still Papa John's. Like, I want to see Shaq do good, but that's just not the best pizza in the world. Like, it was actually like not a good pizza from the door anyway, regardless if it was a racist owner or not. But I'm gonna just go Fresh because Shaq is out here killing it, and we need more like Shaq.
I'm gonna say Fresh. Yeah. That's I would think that's a good business. Like, you had a problem, you got it out, and then you implemented a plan for the business that would take the business in a positive profit. And then it's not like they getting over on Shaq. Shaq came in.
You gotta cut the check,
right? Shaq came in the door already a prominent businessman in his own right, and says, "Listen, this is if y'all want me on board, this I'll be on." He's on the board, and he gets like a percentage of something, whatever they worked out in the deal. So he getting what he's worth, and I'm saying he's gonna put what he can into the business to help it get back the demographic that it probably lost. So it's Fresh.
Fresh or Fiasco? Now, this one is allegedly, and I'm glad that you're here because this topic right here, I know you can break it down for us.
Here we go.
Allegedly, Fresh or Fiasco, Ciara allegedly files penchant to change her son with Future name to Russell Wilson Jr. For those who don't know, Ciara has a son with Future, and he's a junior. From what we know through social media, Future isn't the most hands-on parent. Russell Wilson is. And she allegedly wants to change the name from Future Jr. to Russell Wilson Jr.
Can I go first?
So let's talk about being a junior. Is that a privilege, obligation? How do we feel about that?
Fiasco.
Fiasco? That's okay.
Have your own fucking kid. Why you ain't name your kid Russell Jr.? Like, why would you? That's just disrespectful. He might be a great hands-on stepfather, and that's awesome, but that's not his kid. I wouldn't even want that if I was Russell Wilson. I'd be like, nah, don't do that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that, because that's not a good look. It's just not. I just don't like. Overall, I just think it's disrespectful, and there's nothing really much I can say about that. If you want to change his name, cool, but don't change his name to the nigga that you with now. That's not his kid. That's just it. That junior is reserved for your offspring and your offspring only. Mm-hmm. Simple as that.
Yeah, for me it's the same as Fiasco, because I'm a well, quote unquote, it would be junior, but my mom made it the second because she didn't want me to grow up and as an adult have people calling me junior.
Junior.
Okay. That was the reason. That was the reason why. So that's why it's the second. But I know technically that's not the way it's supposed to go.
Right.
Okay.
But no, I wouldn't want that at all in any way, shape, or form, because that's disrespectful to my legacy. Mm-hmm. That's disrespectful to my legacy. If you decide, if things were that bad and you had to change the name, all right, there's nothing I can do. If there's nothing I can do about it, because if it's something I can do about it and it's my child, it's my son, then no. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. But if you say he's hands off and he's not around, he ain't going to be able to do nothing no way, because you ain't around.
Isn't it? But doesn't the father have to agree? I think when you sign, I don't know if he signed the birth certificate, but if he was there to sign the paperwork, you can't just change the child's name without the father's approval.
I'm not sure of that.
I think so. So either way,
that I'm not sure of, because if you are the primary guardian, I believe you might actually have control over that.
Okay, we got to look into that. I would say
sound like some bullshit.
I would say Fiasco, because if you got problems now, you're going to have problems later. Like if Future has an issue with you and Russell now, you're going to add more fuel to the fire. But it's hard for us to think like women, because I get it. Sometimes people wish they never did what they did, and they want this situation to be their everything. They want to act like whatever that they went through never happened.
Yeah.
This is my family now. Like I can hear her saying
But that's
that.
still
That's
unrealistic thinking.
That's called a permanent solution for a temporary problem.
Yeah.
You could talk to that man about that. Like, yo, I don't like the way that this and that went, and I don't feel comfortable with him having your name if you're gonna carry yourself the way that you carry yourself. If you're not gonna be in his life, you're not gonna do that. I don't appreciate that. I would like to change his name. I'm not gonna make him my husband's name, but
That's another thing. Could have been anything else.
It's like a double whammy. It's like, first of all, I'm changing his name, and I'm going to change his name to my husband now. Like, yo.
That's ridiculous. That
What?
Like, listen.
Allegedly.
Like, what? Like, come on, man. Allegedly.
People have gotten life sentences for much less.
Yes, for less.
Much less.
And that's what we say.
That's a problem.
Don't play with nobody feeling like no.
Nah, that's
come on.
seriously a big ass problem. Like, that's a super
So,
no go.
Sierra, we hope that you aren't attempting to do this. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
You ever see Homer strangle Bart Simpson? Yeah, bitch.
Fresh or fiasco? This is a good one to me because I got my pain on this. Lonzo Ball severed ties with Big Baller Brand co-founder Alan Foster after reports that he has allegedly been unable to account for roughly $1.5 million from Ball business accounts. I'm gonna go first on this, man.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna go fiasco that he's severing ties. Here's my opinion. First off, if he stole 1.5 million, yes, I agree. But here's what my opinion about it was. I don't think that Lonzo ever wanted to be Triple B. I think he wanted a Nike deal or something else. And I think that now we're finding out this wasn't even his dad's idea. This was Alan Foster's idea to create Triple B's and to have the sons under the wing. Mm-hmm. And I personally, I just don't think that he ever wanted to do that. So the second he saw one miscalculation, even though 1.5 was a lot, he said, "Oh, I'm out. I'm gone. This is your company. Find the 1.5 million. Get him out of there." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if this is your company, there's other ways to go about it. He just, I'm done with y'all. How is there a Big Baller Brand without the big ballers?
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Remember when he first came in the league?
Yeah.
And he had Baller Brand shoes on?
Mm-hmm.
You seen him with them on after that?
But that's my point. I don't think he wanted to do it.
You ain't see him with him on after that, right?
Wait a minute. I just read an article with the Lakers asking him
if they was making him,
so he's still wearing
contributing to his
because
injury.
he keeps getting hurt. So technically, he's still wearing them because the Lakers want to know why he's hurt so much.
He's still wearing them.
He's still wearing them because the Lakers are
in games.
Yeah.
Lost his.
The Lakers are because he stays hurt and
not really, baby. He been injured the last couple months,
right? So people don't know. Yeah. So the Lakers,
I gotta go back and check.
So the Lakers are like the Lakers organization are like. So that's another thing. So it's like now people are ganging up on him, trying to get him out of the deal anyway. So it's just like, I don't know if he even cared for this anyway. And I think the first bad information he got, I'm done with y'all. So I'm gonna go fiasco just because I don't think he was 100% committed to the brand anyway. You can get that 1.5 million back.
I'm gonna go fresh. You take $5 from me, nigga. I'm out.
Money,
1.5.
Money go missing. Business.
I mean. It goes missing, but it needs to be accounted for. And if it's somebody that I signed with, that's just bad business to me. Like, I ain't never heard Nike coming up 1.5 million short with nobody's contract.
No, but I have heard of somebody blowing the foot out of a shoe.
Yeah.
So I mean,
but that's one shoe out of how many products they made.
That's not the first. That's not.
I'm pretty sure it's not the first. But when you come to Nike, we can all agree that that's a high quality performance shoe.
No, you're right.
But still, of course, there are going to be mishaps here and there. But that's not a complete knock to their brand overall.
Right. What I'm saying is, if you're gonna be loyal to the brand, be loyal to the brand. If you out, then you out.
That's what I'm saying.
What it is.
I don't think he was ever loyal. I don't think he ever cared for it.
I mean, but Nazo was never really an outspoken person on any of the affairs that was going on. Right. It was always his dad. So, a Big Baller Brand, we the Ball family. All right, cool. We gonna ride with it. But
it turns out his dad didn't even come up with the idea.
Right, he didn't even come up with the idea. So now I'm like, all right, well. And now I can only imagine how much he's learned since he's been in the league and how much he's learned about the shoe business. So now that he listen, there's some funny business going on over here. And I done had ample other opportunities over here with shit that seems like legit with people who's been doing it for quite a long period of time. It's just looking good right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say fresh, man. Sometimes you just gotta make a big boy move. So it seems like he was following his dad's lead more than making his own choice. So now he seems like he had a point where he wanted to make his own choice, and this situation propelled him to do so.
That's kind of like what everybody was had an issue with though. It's just like, yo, LeVar, we know you love your kids, but let the kids speak. And now we're seeing a situation where this guy, Lonzo Ball, might have missed out on the best sneaker deal he possibly could have got. He not worth what he was worth when he came into the league.
Nah, that's a fact.
So he probably missed out on so much more money. Well,
you don't hear about that JBL league no more either.
I probably would say Fresh because I don't mix family with business. Like my family is my family, and I don't mix them. Like if my sister, she created my LLC for me and she helped me with that type of thing. But I know where my sister's heart lies. So she's been with me since the beginning. Like she's been with me and has never taken a dime from me. You know what I'm saying? If I give her some money, she trying to give it right back. You know what I'm saying? So I've never had any type of issues as far as that goes with my sister. So I can trust her with finances if I needed to. My fiance never had an issue, with that category. But even with that, there's still certain family members that I would not entrust business with. It's just like we don't have that type of relationship.
Right.
So,
I know you too damn well, and I'm not going into that lane of business with you.
Right, or even friends. There's friends like we are cool, we are acquaintances, whatever the case may be. But there's no way we're doing any business.
If we cool, if we friends, why we can't do business then?
Absolutely not. Because I went to school for it and you didn't. And I went to school.
I'm qualified, motherfucker. That's what I'm telling you.
I'm like selling nickel bags is not the same. It's not the same.
Do you got a fuckers you doing?
No fuckers you doing this week, man. Nobody seemed to take off my stupid meter that I could get a hold of. I'm pretty sure something happened, but I just been unable to catch wind of the event. So next weekend I'm gonna cook up something.
Should have been
nice.
President 45. This nigga said.
Nah, I'm tired of talking.
Nah,
about
but I'm saying, yo, he said, what's his name? He passed away. I forgot his name. John McCain. He said, John McCain. I never got to thank you for throwing him at a funeral.
Oh my God!
He said I didn't even like the guy, but I still gave him his funeral. Like, bro, John McCain.
Said John McCain didn't thank you.
He said he never got a thank you from whoever was supposed to thank him because allegedly he had to approve the funeral, which he doesn't. But he just talked about John McCain.
Just randomly wanted to bring it up.
He said, John McCain, I never liked the guy. Let me tell you a little funny story about him. It's just like, bro, this guy's not here, right?
Wow.
Like,
yeah, that sounds like one of the moments where somebody starts off with like a joke or something like that, and you just know it's about to go downhill.
Right, you just be like, oh.
It start off like one of them old Seinfeld jokes, like, so I met this guy down the street, and now I'm like, oh, no, stop right now.
What I will say is that I finished watching Eastbound and Down.
Woo!
Listen, if you're looking for a good laugh, please go watch Eastbound and Down.
If you have an Amazon account, download Amazon Prime, and you get the movies and shows for free. Eastbound and Down is on there. Or if you have HBO, go look on them on demand.
It's not a children's show. This is an adult
watch
show.
It by yourself.
And it's funny as fuck. I promise you.
I don't watch TV, so
yeah, I'm working on that.
You go watch your phone then.
I don't.
So Brad, man, we coming to a close, man. Is there anything that you want to say? How was your time? Your second time here? As you see, things have changed.
Oh yes, absolutely.
We've, you know what I mean?
Absolutely
matured a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've both leveled up. Yeah. So that's
level
great.
Up.
That's great.
Level up.
It's always good to see the people that are around you that are, they're moving in the same direction that you are. You never want to surround yourself with people that are staying stagnant.
Absolutely.
They'll drag you down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy that you guys are doing what you're doing. I was like, oh man, first opportunity that we get, to get back together, man, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm proud of you guys.
Thanks, appreciate it. Proud of you too, man.
Yeah, and with you with the fitness journey, seeing
man.
bombarding
me,
my Instagram
your feed
timeline
all the time, right?
with your pull ups and your lavish bench presses and
Early in the morning, too. First thing I see on Instagram, Flaw 700, IGTV Live. What the fuck is this nigga doing now?
Going through the time, like the feed or whatever, going down, and then you mess around and leave the sound on. All right, bro. Listen,
that noise is necessary in the gym. If you're not doing that in the gym, you ain't working hard enough.
Last time I worked out with this motherfucker, I strained my shoulder. Never again. I swear to God, I was in a shoulder sling, bro.
Did I just tune into an episode of Dragon Ball Z?
Power Rangers?
This man on the hex bar going crazy.
Shout out your handles and everything you want to shout out right now? B-Rad, Instagram, all of that.
Yeah. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's B_Rad Inspires. Facebook is B-Rad Inspires. So B-RAD Inspires. YouTube is B-Rad Inspires. So that's another thing. New thing that I got going on right now is the Litmo. Man, the Litmo video series that I have on YouTube. So every week on Wednesday, putting out a inspirational video for you guys free. So we just want to make sure that we're putting out as much content, me and my team putting out as much content as we can, as much positive content as we can, trying to just move the business forward, move the platform forward, get as many subscribers and followers and likes and shares as we can. So please, if you can, go on there and like and subscribe and show us some love. And if
Show
you got
that love.
Yep. And if you got a school or a university or a corporation that you need some empowerment for, just give me a call, or you can email me at b-radinspires.com.
There it is. There
Now,
it is.
I'm sorry. Contact at b-radinspires.com.
This is episode 129. Starting with episode 130, you're going to have to listen to the entire episode in order to get the code word, the special, whatever it is that we choose to do. The promo code, because we will be giving away a free pair of sneakers, episode 150.
150.
But in order for you to enter the contest, to compete, or to even have a chance, you're going to have to listen to the entire episode in its entirety, starting with 130, because you just don't know when we're going to put the code in. So from 130 to 149,
if you want some Firefly kicks, what's the word I'm looking for? I was about to say custody. Incorporation of the homie OG Sneakerhead 609. Listen to the entire Podcast Brothers episode to get the promo code so you may enter the contest to win you a free fly pair of things for your feet.
And this was episode 129.
You did.
Peace out.